Hey dude, what is the topic of today?
The topic is lust and love. I remember we promised this in the previous episode.
Yeah, that is true. So after understanding the death, we need to see what is there in life that offers to us. To this, every being experience these two physical pleasurable realities unconsciously. They are lust and love.
Oh, okay. Before jumping into that,
Okay.
can we discuss what is lust and love? Are they same or they are different? They are independent of each other? I want to know the answers to these topics and these questions.
Okay. Let's start our discussion with the fundamental question. So that is, what is love and what is lust?
Okay.
So to say something about these two things are very interchangeable. So first, let's see what is lust.
Mm-hmm.
Lust is basically that if our bodies are in romance with each other,
Mm-hmm.
that is called lust.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for example, in this case, it can be heterosexual, it can be homosexual. So two bodies has to have some romance with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That we call as a lusty encounter.
Mm-hmm.
And love is like a kind of we can mainly observe this phenomena between mother and child.
But there are other loves as well, right? Like among the couples.
Yes, among the couple there is also love exists, but the couple means is like they start with lust.
Okay, you said something about motherly love.
Yes.
Just let's complete that topic first. Then we will continue
Yes.
the discussion.
Yeah. So what happens if there is a mother and there is a child. So mother loves the child unconditionally. So it doesn't matter the child born with like a certain degree of beauty, a certain degree of handsome, or the child born with certain degree of ugly, whatever it is, whatever is there, the mother unconditionally loves the children. That is psychologically the mother loves herself. So mother sees the child as extension of herself. So that is the basis between the mother and child.
Of course, but father also see as an extension of him, right?
Exactly. Father has some pieces of him seeing in the child.
Mm-hmm.
But mother bears the child for 9 months, or maybe for animals it's a different time scale. Mother always carries. Mother has a lot of emotional connection with that baby, with the child. So it is so ingrained into her psyche, so that she is the one who has a lot of emotions to that child. It is like it's inseparable. But as the time goes, like for example, there is a baby, there is a child, there is a teenager, there is adult. As the time goes by, this motherly love can be diminished also in some degree.
Okay.
That's why the point is here, the mother sees herself in the baby, right? That's kind of a psychology. That's why a mother cannot love as the same way, cannot love other children as the same way as her own children. So that is the reason.
So you are saying that like for every child her love is unique?
Yes, I mean it's not unique. She can only love her children because she can only love herself as extension of herself.
Okay, yeah. I understand. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why a mother can love only her children the way she is not capable of loving the other children as their own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's go to the other topic. So you are saying about lust, right? And you says that the love among the couple starts with lust. So what do you say then? about this.
So here what happens, a couple starts with a lust. Then it may turn to love. So let's say that a boy sees a girl sees a boy, but they meet by their nature, they meet to have a lusty encounters. That is the basis. Once they mature a certain level and step into certain kind of a degree in their kind of a relationship, then we can say they are into this love sphere. But this love sphere is a reflection of lust. Without lust, I think this sphere cannot exist.
So the starting point of love is lust among the couples, you are saying?
Yes, not only couples, to anything. I mean, like, for example, homosexuals is also couple, heterosexuals is also couple.
Yeah.
Anything, any two bodies are comes together and having some kind of romance, some kind of a sexual encounters. All these things is basically they are inseparable in the eyes of Cupid. They are in the same part of a whole part. So they have to. I mean, nature designs such a way that a boy has to see the girl and the girl has to see the boy in terms of to produce a progeny. That is the nature's play.
Okay, so you mean to say like there is no value to the word like love at first sight?
No, there is no value to that word. That's a poetic word. Lust at first sight, yes. That is the reality.
Okay.
So you have a lusty eyes, but people cannot admit these ones. People say that I love that girl, I love that guy, this and that, in the form of lust. Lust is the one they are hooked with. It may convert to, as I said, it may convert to love, but lust is reality, and love can be a reality, but that takes a lot of time to develop.
Okay, so at some point lust converts to love, right? That's what you are saying?
Yes.
So there is like there is no escape from that. Like people can do some lusty things and like with the same person and not loving that person.
So
like I am saying, like if you are doing the same thing, like if two persons are meeting each other on a regular basis, and they are in love, like at least for the sake of discussion, they are in lust, not love. So at some point it will convert to love. So what are the signs? Like how do you say it is not a lusty thing and it's a lovely thing or something like that?
So if a boy and girl is living together, for a certain period of time.
Yes.
But this certain period of time, they are always having these lusty encounters. That's why they are living together.
Yes.
And after a point of time, the boy understands the girl, the girl understands the boy. So here understanding is the psyche of that boy, psyche of that girl. So if the psyche is overpowers than the lusty things, then they will have some kind of a bond, a relationship. So that we can call as a love. So for example, a boy likes a girl's body, but after a point of time, the boy himself saying that he cannot live without the girl. If he is in that kind of condition, that means that he is already connected with that girl in a psychological level, not like a bodily level. So once you convert your emotions, your thoughts, your whatever it is thing in a psychological basis, then you already overpowering the lusty stuff. The lusty stuff is like a signal. So if the boy is in the state of psychological stuff with the girl, then we obviously say that the boy is in love with that girl. But if the girl is not in that kind of state, then the bond will be eventually broken. If the girl is in the same state of state, we can call this one as a love. But to get that kind of a state, you have to start with the lust, and you have to spend with the partner, with your partner, for a certain period of time to understand that the lust is a part of the beginning, and then you go to that kind of level in a psychological state. So that we can say that is a love. Yeah.
Let's say like some counterexample. If one couple is meeting on a regular basis,
Yeah.
and they are spending time each other,
Yeah.
they are not doing any physical stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then, can I say like there is no lust between them, and that's only love?
No. So if the boy and girl is meeting just as a meeting, not like a dating stuff. So dating means like having lusty encounters. If they are not having this kind of stuff, so that means that they are kind of inhibition. So they cannot be in love. The love has to happen when the lust has to happen way before it happens. So that means that they are these two, the couple you are referring to, they are in a state of confusion. Whether we continue to lusty encounters or not. So most of the people in South India, they are like this. They are in a state of they are at the primary state of whether I can continue with this girl or whether I can continue with this boy. This is where their story ends mostly. But you have to take a step to go to anything forward. But the first step should be a lusty thing. So I will tell an example here as you take the very nice metaphor. So let's say that a boy is looking a girl and the girl is looking the boy, and they are meeting. And then after a period of time, they didn't have any lusty encounters. After a period of time, the girl knows the boy doesn't have operational body, or the boy knows the girl doesn't have operational body. So my question to that one, they can. Not only question, my thinking would be what would happen in reality is that once you know that your partner doesn't have operational body, means that you cannot have a lusty encounters with that guy or girl, then the bond eventually broke. They don't even meet. Yeah.
So lust is a key thing here for love.
Exactly. If you want to experience love in the highest level possible, you have to have a lust as the highest level possible.
Okay. So, like at this point, we are somewhat okay with lust becomes love. So, is there any example like where love becomes lust?
Yes. I mean, lust becomes love is very general phenomenon. But some cases, love also becomes love. Love also becomes lust. So here, in these cases, love is not actual love. Love is kind of admiration. So we can see admiration is also a part of love. It is not a part of lust. So a part of love can leads to lust. So for example, some guys are having crush. Crush. You can say crush. Yes. Let's say that in a college times, a guy is admiring a girl who is also classmate that in his classroom. Then what happens? And after college and whatever it is, he is always in admiration to that girl, to her beauty or to her whatever it is, like voice, whatever it is. So he is always in admiration. Admiration is part of love. And then at one point of time, hypothetically, if the girl comes to his life, then this admiration directly leads to the lusty encounter. So in this case, a love converts to lusty nature. So at any point of time, at any way, lust becomes love, or love becomes lust. Either lust is the starting of the chain or the ending of the chain. So without lust, there is no chain exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So lust and love are like interconnected.
They are very interchangeable and very interconnected. Yeah.
Okay. And
but mostly you experience lust. You don't experience love.
Okay.
So yeah.
So is it a kind of simple question, maybe it's a kind of stupid question. Are they become addictive, either love or lust?
So you mean to say that they are independent of each other, or they are kind of addictive to? I mean,
Let's say independently. Like if a guy goes to a Tinder date,
yeah,
like he goes on a regularly,
yeah, okay.
and
Can he able to addictive to the lusty encounters?
yes,
That's what
yes,
you mean.
exactly.
Yes, they are very addictive. So because after death, as we said already, if you see into the lives, so what is there as a pleasure thing is these two things you end up with, like lust and love. If your mind is at a pleasurable state, that we can call as a love. If our bodies are at the pleasurable state, we can call that one as a lust. So, but these two things are very addictive, and then because the mind and body is the ones that you experience all the time. So, if they are targeting these two levels, they are completely addictive. So, you have to understand these two things in a way that these things can draw you into them, and they immerse you. So then you will become slave to that, to the person who are giving love or lust. For example, if you are loving if you are having a feelings, or if you are loving a girl in higher extreme levels, you one day you become slave to that girl. So whatever she says to you, that becomes like a magical words to you. And the problem with the magical words is like it can break you or it can make you. If it making you, if they put you in a forward direction, that's fine. But they have a power of breaking you also. So at the end, a person is a person, and we are all humans, and we have a dynamically designed brain, so nothing is permanent. So all these things adds up. You always ends up with the detrimental effects if you are going the highest levels of this love and lust. Lust everybody knows, and it's a bodily stuff. Everybody knows you cannot have a lot of lust in the life. Yeah.
So what's the point of understanding love and lust? How these things are useful in life?
I think you mean the application, right?
Yeah.
If you understand love, you know you cannot go to highest levels of that to the person who is giving love. That is, you always aware that this is happening in me, and then when it is overpowering you, then you should look yourself and then be a little detached to that feelings, not to the person but to the feelings. And lust is like is a bodily signal. So, and the bodily signal is directly depends on the dopamine levels. So if you are addicted with the dopamine levels, then you are going to this kind of infinite loop.
Yeah.
So yeah, people, if you application of these two concepts is like a what would we say? Like you can be aware of these things so that you can be attached when they are giving you pleasure. You can be detached when they are trying to overpower you. But this when it is trying to overpower you, you have to see the intelligence. The intelligence tells you that these two things are maybe one thing or whatever is trying to overpower you. That is the time you decide that you should lessen your stuff so that you can be happy all the time. Yeah.
So to lead a happy life, the understanding of these things are necessary. That's what you were saying.
To lead a happy life, healthy life, these are the two physical realities, pleasurable realities. So you have to understand that. Otherwise, they can overpower you, and then you will become like a slave to these things. And then if you become slave, you cannot have happiness.
Okay.
Yeah. So our listening lines to this topic.
Yeah.
What would we say? We say like
Yeah, from this discussion, I understand that lust is the starting point of love.
Mm.
If you exclude the motherly love,
Yeah.
I'm talking about couple loves.
Yes.
And you have to understand these things like lust and love
Yeah.
to have a happy life.
Exactly. Yes.
And
Yeah. Mm. And to exercise lust, I mean, while we are saying love and lust is application, this and that, to exercise lust, you don't need to have any kind of a guilty stuff. So, your pursuit is of the life is to have happiness. If it is like this, you have to enjoy the lust guilty free, and be aware that lust can overpower you. And also, in the same case of love, you can be love. You can spread your love. You can love to anything or anybody, whatever pleases you. But you have to understand, love. You can become a slave to that a signal. The signal means here it can be anything. I mean, who is giving you love? So both are physical realities, pleasurable realities, but you have to aware that these two things can make you and also can break you.
good.
Yeah.
So, what's the topic for our next episode then?
I think after this one we can take it a little bit light topic, but very important topic. That is food.
Okay.
So to give you a little introduction to the food, we can say that food is the basic bane of life. So every being has to go search for food and has to get the food stuff. So we can talk more about food.
Okay.
And the food is also the same thing is like food gives you many things and food also takes you many things.
Okay.
So we can talk more details in our next episode.
Till then, plug in and enjoy.
Yes, plug in and enjoy.